The invasion of Poland by Germany in September 1939 was marked by intense aerial and ground assaults that paved the way for the swift German advance. German planes, including Stukas, are shown being loaded with bombs on an airfield before launching attacks, such as the bombing of a railway junction. The narrator recounts the siege of Warsaw, which began when German forces were just 31 miles outside the city. As the siege intensified, German troops fired artillery shells while aerial shots captured the burning city. Eventually, German forces entered Warsaw on tanks and other vehicles, observed by Polish civilians. Polish POWs were seen surrendering their weapons, marking the end of the battle, which was followed by a German victory parade in the devastated city, symbolizing Nazi control over Poland.
Now the preparation for attack by German fighter planes and bombers. Cases of bombs are continually unpacked, ready to supply the big ships as they land and take off again. Wave after wave of destructive aircraft leaves the field. They are assigned to swarm ahead of the land armies and destroy complete fortifications, batteries, marching troops, railway junctions, and important highway links. Cutting off all avenues of escape for the Poles, who are now trapped in several pockets. A Stuka dive bomber attacks an important railway junction. He swoops down thousands of feet before releasing his bombs. Speed is stopped as he straightens out, barely 600 feet above the target. Polish anti-aircraft fire is not sufficient to hold off this winged enemy. An awful panorama of ruin spreads out below. Bridges and communications have been destroyed. The railroad at this point has been rendered useless. Nazi bombs also knock out the heavy armored cars which the Polish army had hoped would see effective action against the enemy. The siege of Warsaw. The big attack begins 31 miles outside the capital. Shells are dropped into Warsaw without let-up as day by day the Nazis forge a tighter ring of steel around the almost helpless city. Successive fires in the city send up huge clouds of smoke. Warsaw is lost. A vicious Nazi attack has left the city in ruins. The Blitzkrieg has won the first round. In less than 30 days, Poland has fallen. Warsaw's final surrender comes on September 27th. Even as the last shot is fired, the first of the conquerors are already within the city's boundaries. Here again, the wreckage testifies to the fury of the Nazi assault. The occupation of Warsaw by the enemy is now complete. The Poles have fought bravely against this foe, but were overwhelmed by the sheer superiority of numbers and fighting equipment. Polish defenders come up to surrender their arms. Germans claim sizable quantities of guns and ammunition taken throughout the country. There was no time for the Poles to destroy their weapons. So quickly did the Nazis move in and dominate each position. Polish prisoners in long lines. 500,000 is the estimated total figure. This was the challenge of conquest Hitler hurled at the universe. Arrogant, well-trained, the Nazis marched through Warsaw's streets. The world was permitted to view this display of military pomp and expected to bow before Germany's might. But the events of years following Poland's setback were to tell another story. The Allies are fighting to prove that these goose-stepping legions are not supermen, that the events of September 1939 shall never happen again.